Oh. Okay, so there we go. Clean up my screen for a moment. Whoop. Hey, I'm back in VR. It's like I never left, although if you are friends with me, you definitely know that I didn't leave VR in that week. In fact, I was pretty much on it every other day. So much for a break from VR. My eyes are fucked. So, on the agenda, we're in Tierland. Womp. So, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be giving off my hot takes. Which, before the stream, I was trying to think of really any that I have, but honestly, I don't know if I have that. I don't really know if I have any. You know, we know about some of the friends. We know about what their, you know, opinions are. I'm talking about Oz, and I'm talking about him, and I'm talking about whoever else has been on the stream. They've had some hot takes. Also, yeah, Fog, I do remember when I said pick a new bully victim. Who'd you get? Who are you guessing? You are correct. You are correct, Fog. You are correct. You're not gonna bully me, okay? You try to bully me and it's not gonna work. So let me go ahead and put down the world camera. Put that right up there. So what do you guys think we should do one? Or what one should we do first? I'm thinking fruits. Are you guys feeling the fruits? I'm feeling the fruits. Well, game consoles? Full English breakfast? Bean. Alright, I think I'll do game consoles because I actually know what I'm talking about there. And then maybe afterwards we'll do like fish Pokemon. And then maybe fruits. Alright, so what's the best way to put this? I'm gonna put you guys like right out here. Right there. I think that's good. So that way I can walk off screen and I can, you know, grab the selection. And you guys won't judge me in case I, you know, have something that I haven't seen before. And I can kind of just throw it into the trash before you notice. So, first up, we got the PlayStation. Ooh. Who am I kissing off screen? You know, maybe someone. Actually, let me zoom this in real quick. Just get it a little bit closer. Actually, wait a second. I can have it look at me the whole time. So, I'm not. Don't take that personally. I'm not kissing no one. I'm not kissing no one, guys. Like, come on now. I'm not actually kissing anyone. I'm not actually doing that. Okay, so yeah, Nintendo's biggest failure right here, the PlayStation. Honestly, when I was growing up, we were a PlayStation household. We had the PlayStation 1, and then we also had a PS2. And that's just how things were, you know? That's how things were for us. Honestly, like, you know, like Spyro the Dragon, guys, like Crash Bandicoot, pretty good. So I say, just for that, I think the PlayStation deserves the S tier. Or the A tier. I think I don't know why I said S tier. I don't think it's... Oh, there we go. Wow, why can't I see my camera anymore? That's so weird. Solid. There we go. Yeah, I don't think it's as good as, you know, other consoles by Sony. You know, let's just say that. Yeah, so, as Slime is mentioning in the chat, fun story about the PlayStation. Sony went to Nintendo first to make a CD add-on for the SNES. Then Nintendo was like, nah, Sony don't know what they're doing. And so Sony then went to Philips in order to try and have them, you know, partner up and make a console. Except then they also agreed. Or they also disagreed. And then Nintendo directly went and partnered with Philips against Sony, making the Philips CDI Mario and Zelda games. So, you know, that's how the PlayStation was born. Oh, here we go. Here, now this is a console. This bad boy. Look at this bad boy right here. Now, Xbox 360. Woo! Oh my god. Well, you know, Fog, you might be disagreeing with me because I don't know where I'm gonna put that Switch. I don't know where I'll put the Switch. We're gonna have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But right now, let's focus on what we have, which is the Xbox 360. Tasty. There we go. That's a console. I'll tell you how I came into contact with this thing, all right? So, back when I was like 11, all right? Just going into middle school, which is also a high school, middle school combination kind of school. I'm going to a police fair. They're trying to, you know, rile up the kids, be like, yeah, summer's over, but we're gonna do one last jamboree. And so I'm walking around. They got regular carnival stuff like sink the policeman in the dunk tank, and you know, they got the guard, they got the dogs out, they got the fake, you know, police car set up so that way you can take a picture of yourself being arrested and thrown into a cop car. They had all of it. But what I was interested in was actually in one of the backs of a police SUV. They had hooked up a 360 with Call of Duty 3 in it, with a TV and everything, and just set it to the multiplayer mode. like a free-for-all, and just let anyone play it. So I walk over, and I'm like, oh shit, they got Call of Duty? I'd never played that before. That's Call of Duty? That's a mature game. I'm 11. I don't know what's going on. I like shooting. I like guns. Guns are fun. So I pick up the controller after these two other kids leave, and I'm like, oh shoot, all right, so how do you play? You know, I'm trying to figure out the buttons real quick. Of course, this is Call of Duty 3, and they didn't necessarily have all of the, you know, the buttons figured out. Instead, what they had was, like, click the left stick to sprint. Or, you know, instead of that, it's click the left stick for binoculars. But I kicked so much, I started kicking ass at that game. I smoked through like 3 kids until my cousin came over, and he was like, we gotta go. Like, come on, you're spending too much time on the game. Like, explore outside. And I was like, all right, yeah, I guess so. And the other kids were like, yeah, leave. Get out of here. You're too good. And I was like, heck yeah, I am. And that's how I got my Xbox, because when we came home, I wanted to keep playing Call of Duty so bad that I begged my parents for it for my birthday that was coming up. But instead, my cousin was like, I'll just let you play mine because I don't play it as much. And I was like, ooh! So he gave me his Xbox. Obviously, with a story as tried and truthful as that, that's got to go in S tier, baby. S tier. Woo! I guess one of the problems, of course, is the red ring of death, because that was the model I was given, was one with the red ring of death. But also, since it was the kind with the disc tray and the kind that didn't just go like, you know, and suck up the disc, I might have gotten angry at Modern Warfare 2 and kicked the console and laser burned the disc. But we'll ignore that. Now, this is a console that I have no experience with. I believe this is the Neo Geo. The Neo Geo AEX, I believe. Which, I believe this was the one that came with the supersized cartridges. I think. Or maybe it's the disc system. Slime, do you know, is this the disc system one, or is this the actual, like, big mega cartridge one? I think it's the disc system, because that's the eject button, I believe. Oh, also, I have one obligation that I need to fulfill, you guys. I hope you guys don't mind, but it's time for a hydrate. My bottle's empty. I forgot to refill my bottle. Oh, gosh. Okay, so, hey, guys. Fun project for you guys. Fun project. You guys are gonna debate for me on where I should put it on the board over here, while I quickly go run and grab that water so I can do the hydrate. I kind of forgot to fill the bottle. And I will also tilt the camera to right here for you guys real quick. Okay. So, yeah, you guys got this. You guys debate on where you think this should go. Mainly because I've never played it. or any of the games. The Neo Geo is not my forte. Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, I don't think... let me get down on your guys' level real quick. I don't think any of us have played the Neo Geo. So, I'm just gonna put it in a respectful... off the board. It's not even going on there. I haven't even played it. What even is a Neo Geo? All right. So, let's grab the next let's grab the next console. We have 36 remaining. Oh, here's a good one. We got the GameCube right here. Oh, I remember plenty of nights with this baby. Oh, yeah. So, we were PlayStation family, but because I was a kid and PlayStation had a lot of mature games, my parents just saw it. They saw it as the mature game system, you know, with Grand Theft Auto and boobies. You know, so they were like, we're gonna get you the GameCube. That's got Mario. Now, what else can I say about the GameCube? Give me a second. How about the fact that the GameCube has one of the good Smash Brothers games. Not the best, but it's definitely good. It's the good one. You know, I still think, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'll say what my favorite Smash game is when we get to the console that it's for. Let's keep you in on that. Keep you a little surprise. A little surprise for you. Hold a little sneaky on you. But yeah, Melee was on this thing, and I just remember like playing that all night with my brothers. In fact, there was one night where it was getting late, but my brothers were trying to like play the game and do the tournament mode to unlock some stuff from it. And so they asked me like, "Oh, do you want to play? You know, just pick your character." So I picked Pikachu, and you might see where this is going, but Pikachu has his down B Thunder move, and you can spam that, especially in Melee with how quick it is, how fast Melee is in general. And because of that, I was supposed to lose in my brother's like tournament, like in the first or second round, so that way I could go to bed. But I didn't lose. Instead, I beat my brother. They were panicking. Well, not panicking, but they were furious because they were like, "You were supposed to jump off the stage and just lose." And I was like, "Yeah, but I didn't wanna." But yeah, fun little story. Also, it's got a handle. The GameCube has a handle. Does your favorite console have a handle? I think not. B tier. Ooh. the PSP, the rich kid console, for if they didn't want to, you know, buy the more popular DS at the time, you know. So yeah, throughout my life, I never had my own PSP. My brother had one, but I didn't. And I had a DS, and anytime I saw someone with the PSP, it was because they were the rich kid. So I can't necessarily say I have memories of it, aside from my brother modding his after the Vita was out, and then downloading games and then just letting me play them. But the PSP had good games. The PSP I can actually rate because I have played the games from it. You know, I appreciate what they did. Honestly though, B tier. Next console. Oh, the Game Gear. AKA, you were a Sega kid in the 80s, and so you couldn't own a Game Boy, you know? Same thing with the PSP. I never owned a Game Gear. I barely played any Game Gear games. Because I think most Game Gear games, too, were just kind of like watered-down ports of Genesis games. I've played the Sonic games, technically, even though I played the Master System versions. But the Game Gear was pretty neat. From what I hear, it 8 batteries. So... Oh, you want me to pause for you to go to the bathroom? Sure. Hang on. Let's rank. I'm gonna give the Game Gear a D, honestly. I don't think it stood up as well as, you know, these other systems, especially when it looks like most of the libraries on the Master System or its watered down Genesis. So, yeah, exactly. So yeah, Fog, you need to go to the bathroom. That's cool. You know, I'll let you do that. I'm gonna do the hydrate because I forgot to do it. So, I'm gonna count down from 3. Anyone who wants to join, drink your drink when I say go. For 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, there we go. That water was ice cold. Woo! Oh, that's cold! No, I just did that! Damn it! Alright guys, so if you didn't know how the rules go, I'm gonna count down from 3, and I'm gonna then say go. On go, you're gonna drink your drink, you're gonna drink your drink for 10 seconds. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Go. Ugh. Oh gosh. We did it, guys. We got through the hydrates. Oh. Pip, I thought you were doing the puzzle world. I thought you were doing that Doors game. Like... Did you leave and go to a public world instead? Okay. Let's get back to the tier list. I think Fog's done in the bathroom. Yeah, no, by the way, public worlds, weirdest places to be in VRChat. You never know what you're gonna find in a public world. Personally, I found cultists performing a sacrifice in a black cat one time. Let's make a mental note. What is this? I think this is the Switch, but it's just the screen. Yeah, this is the Switch. Yes. It doesn't fit in the box? Like what? Yeah, no, that's oh my god. So weird. So, with the Switch currently out, you know, I guess I can't technically give my true and honest opinions on it. Honestly, like, with the Switch, it basically did what the Wii U was trying to do, but better. And it didn't add in a stupid gimmick. Instead, the gimmick it added was the, you know, handheld part. So, it was pretty good for that. Well, it is pretty good for that, you know? Honestly, like, for what it did to bring back Nintendo, I'm thinking that it definitely deserves a strong C tier. You guys believe me? It's going in S, baby. The Switch is fantastic. S for Switch. The Switch is actually, like, really, really good. You know, I mean, literally, you get all of the amazing games from the Wii U, except for, like, Nintendo Land and the WarioWare game. Really, like, honestly, like, I don't know where else is it gonna go? It got its own great games. It's got Breath of the Wild on it. Tears of the Kingdom now. Oh my god. All right, next up, the opposite. The first Nintendo handheld, the Game & Watch. Honestly, like, I do own the Mario one. I didn't buy the Zelda one because it, well, kind of weird, kind of funny, I guess. So the Mario one, I picked it up because I thought it was going to be super rare. Turns out it wasn't. I saw that thing in Walmart for like the next half of a year. And then they announced the Zelda ones, and I was like, oh shoot, that might be rare too. Except then I saw in Walmart, they had a load of them that weren't getting bought. It was like completely filled and overflowing with the amount they had. So I ended up not buying it, and now they're out completely. So I did miss the Zelda one. But, you know, in terms of the Game & Watch, it's pretty neat. Kind of like playing a calculator. For what it did to make Nintendo into a game company, we wouldn't have the Switch or the GameCube or any of that. So I'm gonna give it a C, but only because of that. I don't think the Game & Watch by itself would deserve anything better than like a D tier. Really, you know? Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. We got the Nintendo Wii. Oh, man. Now this is a console. Which story should I tell about the Wii? What can I talk about the Wii? I could talk about how, my brother actually won this console, which is how it entered our house. He won it from a 7-Eleven rewards, contest, except it got delivered to our house while he was at school. My parents caught it, and since this was in September or October, they took the Wii, wrapped it up, and didn't tell him that he won until Christmas, where they then gave it to him as a present. Told him they got him a Wii. So that's a pretty good one. Yeah, they completely hid his prize from him for 2 months. For 2 whole months, they hid the Wii from him, only to then give it to him on Christmas Day and pretend like they got it for him. Admittedly, though, to give my parents a little bit of credit, after like a little bit, I think later on in the day, they did admit that he actually won it. Like they told him that it came from 7-Eleven, because I think he also won like a Slurpee shirt or something like that. Something 7-Eleven. And they wrapped that up too and gave it to him, where the cat was kind of out of the bag. Like, hey, what's this 7-Eleven shirt doing here? Oh, well, it came with the Wii. They did not write from 7-Eleven. They wrote from mom and dad. They wrote from mom and dad. Where do you guys think the Wii should go, by the way? Honestly, I will say this now. The Wii, has my favorite Super Smash Brothers game on it. I love Brawl. It is my favorite one. I think that having the ability to play so much of it in single player made me love it, because as a kid, I didn't have a lot of friends, or really any. And so I would, play through the Subspace Emissary multiple times because it was completely single player. And so in fact, honestly, like, I even, I got tired of the Subspace Emissary and then started to kind of like make my own games in Brawl with like the stage editor and stuff like that. I even tried, YouTube was around, so I tried making like videos on it. Honestly, like, I just love Brawl. What it did was fantastic. I don't think any Smash game has lived up to it in terms of single player, which is, what really was important to me as a kid. The Wii also did stuff like Mario Galaxy and, like Zelda Twilight Princess. Come on now. Obviously, it's going in S. This baby's S tier. I love the Wii. Next up. Ooh, we got a good one. Now, we got the PS2 here. Look at this bad boy. Like I've said already, we did have the PS2. Because my parents saw it as the adult console, and my dad wanted to play stuff like Grand Theft Auto, or like Madden, and the GameCube's not doing that. The GameCube's not playing Madden. At least in the same way. What is this funky looking controller up there that you see with the GameCube? Like, nah, here's the PlayStation. Makes a lot of sense. Honestly though, like, with the PS2, I don't have that many memories of it, but also I think, and this is gonna hurt its tier position for me at least. Honestly, I feel like it was the generation where choosing your console also did pick how good the multi-platform games were. Because if a game was multi-platform, it would be better on the other systems. The PS2 usually got like the worst of it because it wasn't as powerful. It came out first, so, you know. But it did have DVD support, so there is that. So I say it goes in A tier. Honestly, you know, Sony was going on a roll with that. They got 2 in a row. Ooh, all right. Well, here we got the Xbox One, I believe. Yes, it doesn't have the button on the controller. What can I say about the Xbox One? Not as good as the 360. Its launch was horrid. Pre-launch was horrid because they tried to push things like forced online. What else? 2 years after launch, they realized their mistakes and then started to actually, like, try again. So, you know, they actually did have some really cool stuff. They did, like, Master Chief Collection. They got rid of the Kinect. And then towards the end, they got the Game Pass. Honestly, like, that's pretty good. But, honestly, I can't give it more than a B. You know what? I'm gonna be harsh. I'm gonna give it the C tier. Honestly, for that pre-launch window, it was horrid. Ooh. Sadly. So, I don't have a PS5. Not yet. So I can't really say anything about this because I don't own it and I've never played it. I've never even held the controller. But, honestly, I would say from where it is right now, it didn't do as much of a jump from, like, 2 to 3 or 3 to 4. Honestly, this generation kind of feels like it's literally just like a power upgrade, like how you upgrade a computer or how you upgrade appliances or anything really. So I think that because of that, now this one I will say can, you know, change. I'm recording this, we're doing this stream in 2023. It's been out for about 3 years, almost. And maybe my opinion might change. You know, maybe something will happen. But I'm gonna say it's gonna go in B tier. Because I can't give it more than that. It just feels like it's a more powerful PS4 Pro. Ooh, here we go. Okay, now we got another actual different console. We got the 3DS. what can I say about this? Ugh. Well, for the 3DS, its original launch window was pretty horrid, to the point where they charged, you know, $250, then had to drop it $100, and try to make up for that with, you know, Game Boy Advance games that they didn't sell later on. The gimmick didn't even last throughout the entire console's lifespan, because there were plenty of games, even when this thing was relevant, that couldn't use the 3D. It wasn't as powerful as the Vita, but at the same time, this little thing could really do what it needed to. Like, it pushed certain game franchises, like, onto the map. Like Fire Emblem, you know? Now, what else did it do? There we go. It lets you play all your DS games. That's pretty good. What else, really? What else? Oh! Of course, we have things like Pokemon making the jump to 3D for the first time. That was pretty good. Honestly, like, if I think about all of the series that came to this console, like, all of them had really good titles, you know, that weren't gimmicky, like, on the DS. Like, the Zelda games on here, you had the N64 games, and you even got a sequel to A Link to the Past. You had a 3D Mario game, you had a 2D Mario game, you had everything on this thing. It's fantastic. I would say it does deserve its A-tier status. I don't think I can give it the S, because the launch was pretty bad. Not to mention, like, it did have some problems, like the lack of 3D in games and stuff like that. Moving on. What is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know. I think this is the Neo... Well, this is the SNK Pocket Station, I think, or something like that. I don't know what this is, honestly. I really wish that this map had, like, a label on the back of the cards to tell you what they were. Because some of these pictures aren't doing it for me. Like, I can't tell what this is. I don't know what system this is. It looks like it's a Game Boy Micro, but it's not. I know that for certain. Either way, I don't think this is the Nomad. I think it says SNK right there. So, I'm gonna judge it as the SNK portable thing, in which case, B, because I don't remember it. You know what? Honestly, I think I'm not even gonna rate that on it. I don't think it deserves a rating, because I've never played it. I've never heard of it. I don't know what it is. D for effort. Oh, here we go. We got the Game Boy. Game Boy's pretty good. Obviously, what can we say about the Game Boy? Launch Tetris. Pretty good. What else did it launch? Oh yeah, that's right, Pokemon! Yeah, this little baby launched Pokemon. Red, blue, and yellow on this thing. Not to mention you had classics like Super Mario Land 1 and 2. What you had Link's Awakening, the original version, not as good as the DX, but it still had the original. This thing had plenty of fun games. Literally, like, this thing basically made handheld gaming what it is today. Honestly, like, what else can I say? It's the Game Boy. It made handheld gaming. We wouldn't have a Switch without it. A tier. Next up. What is... Oh, I know what this is. Wait. I think I do. Okay, so I'm gonna make a bit of a guess because I can't tell which one this is. I think this is the Atari 5200, which, your knowledge is probably the same as mine, if that. And my knowledge is the AVGN video where, he talked about how much it sucked. Like, sure, it introduced the pause button. Yeah, the controller didn't work. The games were not an upgrade. They weren't even as good as the NES, and that was what it was trying to compete against. Yeah, honestly, like the only other stuff I know about it, even though I haven't played it, I can gracefully give it that F. That can go an F. Because everything I've heard about it is how it's such a bad console. Oh my god, we got a good one though. We got the N64. Now this baby. Strangely, my brothers swear up and down that we never had an N64. They said that we only owned a PlayStation. But I remember us having the box and them playing it. So I don't know. But I can tell you that I have actually played the games from it because, of course, these are some of Nintendo's finest. They're literally the first 3D games that Nintendo's ever made. You got Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Zelda 64, other Zelda 64, you got Smash 64, you got Superman 64, you got My Dad's a Dentist 64. Ooh, it's so good. Honestly, like, it's a fantastic console. It had fantastic games. But at the same time, I think I'm gonna have to limit it because this was the console where Nintendo got complacent, thinking that they were the best. And if it wasn't for how they treated if it wasn't how they treated the N64 at the time, we might have had a different gaming space where, Nintendo and Sony could have, partnered up, or even, like, Square could have stayed with Nintendo, really. But they missed out on it. So, the highest I can give it, despite all the fantastic games that by themselves all could be S-tier games, it's got to go in B. So, it's just how it is. Okay. So we have the Odyssey. They did have Pong on it. It was the first ever video game system. What else can I say about this? I don't know. What else can I really say? It's the Odyssey. It didn't have traditional games or anything like that. Just lights on a TV that you had to put an overlay over the screen for. Like, for being the first gaming console, I can't be too mean to it. I'm debating on C or D. Because technically, even though it's the first, I wouldn't say that anyone who's ever played a video game console would be able to look at this and then say, oh yeah, that's a video game console. I won't give it F, but I will give it a D. You know? That's just kind of what I gotta do. Next up, we got the Master System. Ooh, pretty good. If you were in Brazil. Because in America, this thing got trounced by the NES. Fun fact, actually, and I didn't find this out until somewhat recently, like within the past few years. The Master System actually kind of dominated everywhere in the world except the US. And because the US was the biggest video game market, the NES winning there kind of meant that it won in general. So yeah, technically the Master System was more dominating. Like, the Sega was, you know, the Sega Master System was the dominant console everywhere except America. What else can I really say? I mean, like, I can't think of any truly classic games, since it didn't have Sonic until after Sonic came out on the Genesis. And then this thing started to just get Game Gear games, you know? I'm gonna give it a C tier. I don't think it deserves much better than that. Oh, here we go. So, we have the N-Gage. Not much I can say about it, besides the fact that it was a dumb phone console where you had to flip it on its side like this, and then talk into it like this to use it as a phone. Oh, the other thing, this console's design was inspired by Goatsy. So imagine, you know, imagine fingers, and now you can't unsee it. Obviously this is going in F tier. Woo, here we go, the PS4. I got experience with this. So, what can I say about the PS4, really? Like, pretty good system, you know? Its jump from the PS3 to the 4 wasn't that big. It didn't even really, like, jump to 4K from 1080p, which is what the PS3 did. But I think it should get some points because the PS3 didn't do so well until towards the end. Then it started to pick up steam. But this just came by, and it just started to dominate and show that, yeah, Sony still can win. Like, Sony is still not out of the race. So, I put the PS5 in B, but with the PS4, its controller's really slick. I'm gonna be a little harsh on it, and I am only gonna give it an A tier because it didn't have the backwards compatibility even as an option. Plus, it kind of got a little messy with the whole PS4 Pro and Slim and all that. Wait. What? The 360 again? That's weird. Yeah. Hang on, let me get a little water in a second. Actually, I'm gonna run a quick break because right now my throat's doing something kind of annoying. So give me a few seconds. Also, I'm gonna refill my bottle. Those hydrates took a lot out of me. So real quick, I will see you guys. I'll see you guys after the break. Okay, let's get back into this. Let's get back into this. Hopefully you guys didn't mind the ad break for the couple minutes. But we're back with another 360, and I'm guessing it's because they wanted to have every single version, every single version of 360 for some reason. Like, I don't know about that. Like, that's definitely weird. Also, let me switch up the music a little bit. Where is it at? Where is it at? Here we go. Okay. It will make you feel better. Honestly, I think it just wants me to, it wants me to judge the beginning of the console, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. So I would say specifically for this model, just for this model, not the 360 experience in general, it's gonna get an A tier only because of the red ring, you know. So because of the red ring of death, I can't give it more than that. You know, the fact that, what was it, like 75% of all 360s would have the red ring at some point. I don't know. Either way, hopefully we don't keep getting stuff like that. Alright. So finally, we have the PS3, and I'm really hoping that we don't get the fat one after this, or like the small one. But PS3. We didn't have a well, we did have a PS3 in the house. My dad had the PS3. And I very rarely played it because of that. It was his console. Instead, I had the 360. But, yeah, the launch PS3 was $599 US. Played Blu-rays, but it also had a PS2 inside of it, so you could play literally any PlayStation game ever in it. And if you're a collector, that's probably the version of the PS3 you want to get, is the launch one that could play PS2. Since it just had a PS2 in it. But yeah, super rocky launch with that $599 US. The controller sucked. I felt like it was too small for my big hands. What else? It started some of Sony's, you know, more prolific series for now, like Uncharted. Last of Us came out on it. Well, I can't be too hard on it. During this time, of course, Sony did have stuff like PlayStation Home because they were experimenting with it. And that was pretty fun, you know? So I will give the PS3 a B tier. You know? I think that's fair. Ooh, we got the Genesis. Here we go. So, the Alola's team hits different, doesn't it? So we have the Genesis, which I've never played the actual Genesis, but I did have a plug-and-play which used a Genesis controller and came with a few Genesis games on it. And I remember playing that, or at least trying to. Had stuff like Sonic on it. But in terms of the Genesis itself, pretty good. Like really, like, what else am I supposed to say about the Genesis? Like, no, I will reject that. I'm gonna reject that one because I'm the only thing on screen right now, so I can't do that. I don't have to do that. I can just refund the points. Hang on, here, let me do that for you. Just give you a refund. Here. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't give you more than you spent. There you go. Also, that for the stream over now. There you go. I properly refunded it for you. If only my mouse would work now. Dang, Fog wants me to dehydrate. So, the Genesis, pretty good. Came with, you know, it was the birth of Sonic after all. Sonic's pretty good. Honestly though, like, I think that it can't go above a B tier because it really didn't have certain things to it, you know, one of which being like the staying power of the SNES. You know, you think of the SNES and you can think of plenty of games. The Genesis, it's like, I could think of a couple, you know, maybe about like 10 or so. Like the original Sonics, there's Streets of Rage. By the way, Slime, you can redeem that too. You can redeem a Hydrate. Not exclusive to anyone. But yeah, no, I honestly can't think of a lot of Genesis games, really. So, next up, TurboGrafx 16. Never played it. Don't know any of the games for it. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't think I've played anything from this, so we're gonna go ahead and put this back here. Ooh, the Vita! The next rich kid console. If you somehow were a rich kid and didn't want to buy the 3DS. But yeah, the Vita was basically like a portable PS3, to be honest. Like, it had such cool potential. Things like Tearaway came out, where you could use like the back side of the touchpad to like poke through the game, and then you could use like the main touchscreen on the front to poke the game. What else? If you wanted to play PS1 games, this got you covered. You could play all of them. What else can you say about that? I don't know. Honestly, like, the Vita was ambitious. It had good ideas, but Sony gave up on it, and so it died. It died a tragic death. Yeah, honestly, like, emulation is probably one of the best things about it. They even released the PlayStation TV, which was a Vita without the screen or controller. But even that didn't do well. And it was only $100. Honestly, this is kind of a hard choice, because, like, the features make me want to give it a C. Like, when it came out and you could, like, simultaneously, like, swap between playing on your console to then switch it over to the Vita screen and keep playing. That makes me want to give it a C, you know. But I think Sony killed it. I'm gonna put it in D tier, honestly. It was such a downgrade. It was such a letdown from the PSP. And they lost to the 3DS at launch. You know, I think that says how bad it was. They lost to the 3DS. And it was doing terribly at launch. Oh, we're getting into the classics now. We got the SNES. Here we go. Look at this bad boy. Now, my family has owned a SNES. Technically, I owned one too. My brother bought 2 of them, but used one for parts. And he gave me the one that he scrapped for parts. So technically, I owned it. But I ended up playing the actual one that he fixed up. But that's not really that important, really, because with the SNES, I feel like, honestly, the games are what you remember from it for. He recommended you cheat. You met Charles Martinet, and he suggested that you cheated the game. Like, that is wild. Holy crap. That is pretty cool. Honestly, I don't think I've met a celebrity ever in my life, which is kind of sad. Oh, nice. Oh, Slime's doing a hydrate. All right, let's rank the SNES, and then we'll do the hydrate. Honestly, with the SNES, like, all of the games were fucking, like, great and fantastic, if you can remember them, really. Like, of course there are bad games for the SNES, but there are, like, 10 more that are fantastic in some way. Chrono Trigger, Super Metroid, Link to the Past, Mario World, fucking Mario Kart, Yoshi's Island. Like, come on now. What else can I give it besides an S tier? Really? So, we're doing a hydrate real quick. Join in if you want, of course. So, I'm going to count down from 3 on go. Drink your water, drink your drink. 10 seconds. All right? 3, 2, 1, go! All right, done. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, no, Fog's not wasting her points. She wants to, Fog's idea is to save up as many points as she can, of course, to reach 100 million. So that way she can forcibly end my stream at some point and go for an ultimate troll. What else? What else did she want to do with it? I don't know. I don't remember. She got her own plans. Ooh, here we go. We got the NES. Really, same story as the SNES. Very, very classic game. All 8-bit, very heavily pirated nowadays. If you buy a console, a knockoff console from China, like on Temu or Wish, chances are it's going to be rocking an emulator with this bad boy on it. Along with like dozens upon hundreds upon thousands of NES games that are either ROM hacks or bootlegs. Yeah, now you get less, by the way, you get less points, Bog. Yeah. Honestly, what am I gonna say about the NES? Like, it's fantastic. I'm not gonna give it an S tier, though. I'm gonna give it an A tier because I feel that there's a lot of basic crap on the NES. Because, of course, Nintendo was trying to feel their footing. Like, Super Mario 1 and Super Mario Bros. 2, like, the Lost Levels, like, they're good, but honestly, they're not my favorite. I look at anyone who says either the first Mario Brothers or the second Super Mario Brothers. Whoever says that it's their favorite one, you're put on a list. You're on my suspicious list to watch out for you, honestly. Okay, moving on, we got the Sega Saturn. What can be said about this besides, well, it came out in the US with a super rushed, launch date where they literally announced on E3's press conference that it was coming out that day. What else? Honestly, like, there wasn't a Sonic game. It had knights, but who the fuck likes knights in the dreams? Like I guess you can like it, but it's not. It's not a replacement for Sonic. Yeah, there was Segata Sanshiro, which is, you know, pretty good. I'm not gonna give it an F tier, I will say that, but I don't think it deserves higher than a D tier, because it came out and it just flopped. But it did have some merit to it, you know? Like, it did have a couple of things that were nice. Next up. Ooh, the original Xbox. The launcher of Xbox Live and the idea that we need to pay to play online. But also, we had fantastic games like Halo, and this was when Microsoft was starting out and trying, and, you know, they did start out with their own launch, like, titles and stuff like that. Like, they had their own exclusives at this time. You can't say that about them now. Nowadays, if something's coming out on Xbox, it's coming out on PC too. Either that or it's just multi-platform in general and it's coming out on the PlayStation. Maybe even the Switch, really. But, what else? Honestly, the only real thing that you guys are going to really think about with the original Xbox is Halo, because Halo revolutionized multiplayer gaming. So, I can't be too mean to it. I'm going to say B tier. I would say that it stands on par with the GameCube, you know? It stands on par with the GameCube. So, let's continue. Ooh, the Atari 2600. Now, this is what I actually consider to be, like, the real, like, first game system, you know? Like, this is what I think of when I think of first game system. Honestly, like, this thing had, you know, this thing could get it done. Since it was early 80s, they were trying to just copy, like, arcade games. Sure, it had crap like E.T. on it, but it also let you play, you know, Joust in your house. You know? Or you could play, Defender, you know, Arkanoid. Honestly, that is also true. If you go back to play any of these games, it's purely for nostalgia. You're not really gonna extensively play any of these games. But, because of that, I think it belongs in B tier. Just because of the nostalgia factor and the fact that it really was the first, like, popular, you know, game system. Next up, we got the Game Boy Advance. Ooh. What can we say about the Game Boy Advance? 32-bit of fun. Upgrades from the Game Boy Color. 8 batteries like no one's business. I'm assuming this also includes the SP. And so, of course, there was the SP, which had a rechargeable battery, which is pretty good. Yeah, honestly, this was back in the day with the GameCube, so they really did try with this thing. What do I want to put it at? I'm kind of mixed between putting it in A and B. Honestly, I think... What am I feeling? I think I'll put it at A tier. Because I think it stands up to the Game Boy exactly how it, is. The fact that you could play Game Boy games with it, I think it deserves to stand up there with it, too. Next up. Alright, we have another console I did not play or own yet. My brother owns one of these, but, it's the mini fridge. I own the controller, and the controller is the Xbox One controller, but with an extra button that I don't think does anything, at least on PC. I'm assuming this is the S2. Really though, what can I say about it? Honestly, like, it's the Xbox One X, but here's another upgrade to it, and so they made it at least a little bit better than the PS5 did, because the PS5 the PS5 didn't really add much for that generation gap. Honestly, I'm gonna agree. I would say this belongs on B tier with the PS5 because these two are the fucking same. These two are the same at this point. You buy the Xbox Series X if you want the Game Pass. You buy the PS5 if you want the exclusives. So yeah, Xbox Series X, B tier. Woo! Another piece of shit. We got the Jaguar. What can we say about the Jaguar? Where, it was Atari's last attempt at a console where they tried to combine multiple 32-bit processors and 16-bit processors, which technically equaled 64 bits. But it wasn't a 64-bit console, so technically, like, you can't even say that. But what else can we say? Rushed, not good. Had the crappy CD attachment on it. Honestly, like, by the way, bit as in it was 64 bits, like how the N64 was, or at least that's what they wanted. To put it as a frame of reference, the Genesis was 16-bit, the Master System was 8-bit, the NES was 8-bit, the SNES was 16-bit, Game Boy was 8-bit. Oh, and the Game Boy Advance was 32-bit. Yeah, that was the whole point of the Bit Wars. But, yeah, even though I've never played a Jaguar, I do actually know enough about it to give a ranking, and I have played Tempest 2000, which I thought was pretty fun, but I don't like Tempest that much. Take an F. We got 6 consoles remaining. Ooh, the Intellivision. Never played it. Competitor to the 2600. I think it was a little bit more powerful too. The controllers were like phones. D tier. Actually, you know what? Yeah, D tier. D tier. Yeah, right? Oh, here we go. I actually have a lot to say about this because the Wii U was the first ever video game console that I bought by myself with my own money. Back when I turned 16, I got a job at the supermarket, like right across from my house, and I finally worked up enough to buy the Wii U, and I was so happy. And it's really, really sad how this thing turned out. Really, the Wii U is... It's just sad. The Wii U, Nintendo was actually trying for. Now with the Switch, they just port the games over from Wii U. And they're very arrogant again. But, you know, with the Wii U, it started out new series like Splatoon. What else? Well, it didn't really start a lot of series on it, to be honest. Yeah, that is also true. Mario Maker, Smash 4, Splatoon. Yeah. Honestly, I think the thing that mainly killed this was the name, Wii U. Because, I guess if you talk to anyone who worked at GameStop around that time, they didn't understand what a Wii U was, and they just thought, oh, it's a thing for the Wii. Like, it's an upgrade for it. But not like a new console. So as much as it pains me, I'm gonna have to give the Wii U a C. And that's only because of me. Honestly, at this point, like, there really isn't much point to playing the Wii U, because if you have a Switch, most of the games came to it. All of the ones that are worthwhile, at least. What? Also, no, it's the Wii U isn't. The Wii is. The Wii was the most hacked. Like, that's how Mario Galaxy 2 became the most pirated game of all time. So, also, real quick, just to mention the whole, like, homebrewing stuff. The Wii, very, very homebrewable, very easy to do. The Wii U, if you look up how to homebrew it, they just tell you to homebrew the Wii mode of it and not really bother with the Wii U mode. You know, unless you really, really want to, but there's not much point. So, yeah, there's not much of a point to even really homebrew the Wii U part of it. It's just the Wii. Okay. Next up, we have the Atari 7800, which was Atari's attempt, after the 5200 failed, to get in on the market after the NES, so they tried to make a console that was as powerful as it. Turns out, though, it still wasn't powerful enough. The 7800 was just a little bit less to an NES. They also removed the beer container, so there is that too. D tier. Ooh, The Dreamcast. Here we go. Honestly, a console that was way ahead of its time, but sadly, for being way ahead of its time, it came out too early and got squashed by the PlayStation. Honestly, it's really, really sad with the Dreamcast, because it did stuff like online gaming. It was the first online console, really. It had DLC and everything. Like, if you really think about it, the Dreamcast had DLC back in 1999, but we didn't get DLC as a mainstream thing for games until 2006 with the 360 and PS3. Like, it completely skipped a generation. Not to mention, this thing was basically like the perfect arcade, like, game player. Like, if a game was in the arcade, there was a really good chance that if it had a Dreamcast port, it was just like playing the arcade version. Yeah, think about it that way too, you know? Wasn't for the Dreamcast, we wouldn't get Horse Armor DLC in Elder Scrolls. So, I'm gonna give it a B tier for what it did. Next up, we got two more. The Neo Geo Pocket Express. At least I think that's what this is. Or the TurboGrafx. One of the two. If I'm thinking it's the right thing, I think this is the TurboGrafx Pocket Express. This had a Sonic game on it, which was kind of like an in-between game. The only thing noteworthy is that it had like an in-between look for classic to modern Sonic. I don't think I'm gonna rate that. There we go. Last one. And we're going out with a bang. We got the DS. Oh boy. I remember waking up when I was like 6 or 7 on Easter Day, and my mom and dad went out and bought a DS for me and both of my brothers. So all three of us got DSs that year for Easter. Like in our Easter basket for no reason, along with a copy of Nintendogs for each of us. But also, I got a copy of Pokemon Dash. My brother got a copy of Mario 64 DS. And then and then my other brother got a copy of Mario Kart DS. There we go. Honestly, like, yeah, that is also a good point, Slime. The DS's gimmick was pretty simple. 2 screens, one's touchscreen, one's normal screen. It used that gimmick its entire life. It didn't stop at any point. What else can I say? Really, I love this system. It's fantastic. It's got a Game Boy Advance port, so you can play Game Boy Advance games in it, really. And, funny enough, unlike the Game Boy, which lasted for, like, 12 years. The Game Boy Advance only lasted for like 4. But because of that, really, it was more likely that you would probably play your Game Boy Advance games on your DS later on in its life. So, yeah. Obviously, this needs to go into S tier. So, this is my tier list for video game consoles. There we go. What do you guys think? You know, you guys agree with my list? Honestly, it's kind of sad to say too, like, I knew for a fact that I wouldn't have very hot takes. Like, I really wouldn't. I don't think anyone really disagrees with anything on here. Okay. Yeah, with that though, the N64 and the GameCube, for what, not being high enough? Honestly, I would say that the GameCube and the N64 are probably, like, fine where they are, really. I would definitely not put them in the same league as, like, the 3DS or the Game Boy. Like, accidentally bumped my wall with my chair. Yeah, I guess that is kind of true. Like, the GameCube and the N64, if you grew up with them, you'd probably put them higher. But I didn't exactly, grow up with those. Because at the time I was super duper young, and I probably would have just, well, at the time I was super young, and so I didn't really play games very much. Or at least understand them. So, not much nostalgia there. The Wii is, where I have the nostalgia for it, because that's when I started to become a gamer. That's when my gamer instinct started to kick in. So, yeah. Alright. Oops. Uh-oh. I accidentally left my camera. There we go. Okay, so next up, I say how edible you think it would be? No. Oops. All right, let's go ahead and reset. Reset, please. Oh. Yes. Thank you. All right. Okay. So I think what I'll do now is we're gonna rank fruit. I think that'll be more interesting because I do actually have probably more of a hotter opinion on fruit. I kind of wish vegetables were here too, but that's separate. They're separated. Yeah. Maybe we'll do the vegetable one too. I don't know. We'll see how quickly this goes. There we go. Yeah, this would be good. This way I can quickly go through fruit. Here we go. All right. So, first up, grapes. I think they're delicious. They make wine pretty tasty. I appreciate them. Very quintessential snacky food. So, I think that they deserve an A tier. Pretty good stuff. Oranges. Someone has a very bad opinion of oranges. I'm not gonna mention who and if they're in the chat or not. Regular oranges, I'll admit, regular oranges, not the greatest. But I would say that, like, mandarin oranges, like the sun-kissed kind that kind of melt in your mouth, like, those are fantastic. But in general, I don't think I can give it higher than B. Because I do like the juice, though. You know, orange juice is good. Bananas! Bananas are pretty good. Honestly, though, like, I don't think I'm too crazy for bananas. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm really not crazy for bananas. Honestly, I think part of the problem, too, is that, like, it depends on my mood for a lot of these. Like, if I'm not in the mood for it, then I don't like it. I would say, though, I'll just assume in these cases it's like if I'm in the mood. So I'm gonna say, if I'm in the mood for a banana, then I will take an A tier on it. I do like the flavor of the banana. We got raspberry, I believe. I don't think it's a blackberry. Honestly, like, raspberries themselves aren't perfect, but I do love raspberry flavor. Like, blue raspberry is amazing. So I think are these blackberries? Oh shoot. Okay. Okay, well, I've never had... I don't think I've ever really had blackberries enough to remember them. But, I mean, it is a berry, so I'm pretty sure that it's fine. B. B for blackberry. Okay, dragon fruit. I've had this. I don't know if it's the one that I had, or if it's, you know, a problem with the one I had. But it didn't have flavor. And from what I've read, they're not usually supposed to have flavor. Honestly, I'm gonna give it the D for dragon fruit. Like, they're supposed to be really good for you, and it's kind of helpful that they don't have that flavor, but I don't usually eat things in a kebab. Passion fruit? I'm pretty sure this is passion fruit, which I can't say I've ever eaten a passion fruit. I've had flavor of passion fruit, though. Like, you know, passion fruit flavored stuff. Which I think I'll put it in D tier, honestly. Like, it was okay. Oh, lemons. Now, I might get some flack for this. But, I don't like lemons. I don't like to eat lemons. Like, if I'm having, like, seafood or something, then I'll enjoy this, you know, I'll enjoy, like, a squirt of lemon on it. But, like, I'm never gonna eat a lemon outright, okay? So, I think I'm putting it in F tier. Because I don't even think I could eat a lemon by itself. Oh, we got a fantastic one, though. We got pineapple. We got pineapple. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Pineapple did not... Whoop. Gosh. Hang on. Let me get that off of there. It's not a C. Pineapple's definitely deserving of, like, an A tier. Pineapple's really, really good. So, yeah. Ooh, watermelon too? Ooh. Honestly, if you get like a super good watermelon, S tier. I think this is durian. I've never had durian, and from what I understand, it's super smelly. But I've never eaten it, and I don't think I've ever eaten anything flavored of it. I don't think I have any kind of idea. Sweet garlic. Ooh. So I'm not gonna rank it because I've never had it. What are you? What is this? Like, they look like blueberries, but the inside looks like a peach. Almost. I don't think I've ever eaten these. I don't know what this is. I'm also gonna mark that one as a can't vote on. Here we go. Here's raspberries. Okay. Raspberries. They're a bit tart, you know, to eat on their own. Oh, is a plum? That's weird, because I don't recognize plums looking like that. Maybe it's the picture. I think the picture might have been... But I don't think I've ever really eaten enough plum to make a vote on it. Raspberries, though. Just for the flavor and the flavoring itself, I'm going to put it in A tier. Apples, of course, A tier. Apples are amazing, fantastic, delicious. I love. My favorite is Cosmic Crisp. Ooh, lime. Wait. Okay, yeah, no, I got the apple in S tier. Now, the thing with, you know, limes is that it's the same kind of thing with lemons where I'm not going to eat one outright. But I can at least respect them a bit more because I make, like, beverages and, like, mixed drinks, and they use lime. So, like, I actively use lime more. Shoot. These are cranberries. There we go. I'm making it very hard to watch. Oh my god. We have cranberries here. Honestly, I don't like eating cranberries like as they are. They're way too like bitter to me. But I do like cranberry sauce and cranberry juice and like cranberries that got their ass kicked. But I think that I'm putting cranberries in C. Ooh, strawberries. Dang, you're gonna cancel me? That sucks. Yeah, so I think strawberries. What am I thinking about strawberries? They're pretty tasty. Flavor's pretty good. I don't like the little seeds on them, but you can't do much about that. And I'm not gonna knock it for it, really. Honestly, I think the other thing too is that I like chocolate-covered strawberries. But I think I'm gonna put those in A. Ooh, starfruit. Okay, so I think I've eaten starfruit before, but I also know for a fact what starfruit's supposed to taste like. Starfruit tastes like any kind of gummy candy. Like, it just tastes like candy. Like, heck yeah. Let me give that... Starfruit's a little bit weird to eat, too. It just feels wrong. But it tastes nice. I'm gonna put it in B just because it is kind of a weird texture. Actually, you know what? No, I will put it in A. I will put it in A. That flavor's good. Like Jout, I pulled the sneaky on you. Ooh, mango. I'm not the biggest fan of mango. I'm gonna be honest. Not even mango flavor. But mangoes are pretty nice. Mango chunks are pretty good. What would I say? You know what? I'm gonna give it the A tier. Because it's not my favorite. Cantaloupe. There we go. Cantaloupe. I like cantaloupe. It's fairly nice. Got a bit more of a mellow taste. Compared to like a melon. I'm thinking cantaloupe would probably go into... Would I eat a cantaloupe actively? Also, did it play another ad set? Oh shoot, it did. Oops. Let me go ahead and swap to the Be Right Back screen. I'm sorry, I forgot that there is a ad playing right now. Let's hop to this. Whoop. We left off on cantaloupe, where with cantaloupe, I'm thinking B. I'm thinking of B. I can eat a cantaloupe. Pretty nice. Pretty tasty. neat stuff. Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, here's mandarin oranges. Okay. Well, I guess I can put these in S tier. Because mandarin oranges are the bomb. They are amazing. I can eat a whole bag of them. They're so good. Like, they're so little and you pop them in your mouth. It's delicious. Tastes real good. I can't say I've ever had a fig. I cannot say I've ever had a fig. Besides a fig Newton. Ooh, we got pear. Admittedly, like, I'm gonna just say, like, I like pears. They're nice. But, yeah, honestly, like, I don't think I would ever go out of my way to eat a pear when I could just go get an apple. I'm not gonna be that mean to it, though, because like I said, honestly, like, if you guys ever buy, like, these fruit cups, usually pears are in there, and I don't mind it so much. So I think I'll give it a C. Actually, you know what? I gave the cantaloupe a B. I'm gonna give it a B. Just because in a fruit cup, it's pretty nice. Same with the cantaloupe. I'm trying to remember what you're called. What's your name again? Shoot. What's the name? I'm trying to remember. Shoot. What is it? I don't even remember what you're called, but I'm pretty sure I haven't eaten you. I've never eaten one of these, so fucking with your heart. Ooh, kiwi. We got kiwis. What kind of fun fact? Oh. So the fur, you gotta eat the fur off the kiwi. Huh. Honestly, in terms of foods, I'm thinking B. I'm thinking B. Actually, you know what? I am gonna lower the pear. I'm gonna put it in C. I think that's a bit better. Blueberries! Okay. Love blueberry flavor. I love blueberries baked in things. Like, blueberries, pretty good. I did lower the pear. Okay. Yeah. Blueberries, I put them in A. Because I also have a problem with getting a lot of blueberries that suck. Avocado. An avocado. Dang. Dang. They make Putin look like a good guy. All right, avocado, I don't necessarily like. I think I'm giving it a D. Because, you know, honestly, like, guacamole's not that great. Kind of tastes like just the color green. It's kind of annoying to eat. And anytime I order like a taco or something like that, or like a burrito from like a, you know, a breakfast place, they always put avocado in it. It's just okay. Who are you? Who are you? I don't think guac is that great. At least the guacs that I've had, they're okay, but like they just taste like I'm eating a salad. It's just a serious matter. All right. What are you? I'm trying to remember if I know what you are. All right, fine. I'll raise it up to a C. Political opinions like this. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had this. I can't think of what it is, so I can't say much on it. Cherries. I love cherries. You can always eat cherries. Yeah, I mean, Fog, if you're serious about that, I'll take that away after the stream. Pomegranate? I can quickly answer these. Pomegranate, I like the flavor. Eating them is kind of annoying and weird. Like, I feel like I'm eating the seeds. Plus it's very juicy. B tier. I have actually had homemade guac. My brother's wife is my brother's wife is Hispanic, and so she'll make like authentic, like, you know, Mexican cuisine. Plantains. I don't go an F, honestly. Like, I hate that you look like bananas. Why can't you just be a banana? You got upset about lemons, let's be real here. Alright, peaches. Peaches are pretty tasty. Fuck the F tier lemon. You're upset about the guac. I just don't like guac that much. I don't see the hype. I just don't. I don't see the hype. Let's see. Peaches, though, I think I'll put it into B tier. And I'm gonna move pears down. And I will move cantaloupe down. Oh, not that. There we go. Rearrange a little bit at it. There you go. It does not go with every dip or every single thing that I, appreciate. Grapefruit. I haven't had very much grapefruit, but when I've had it, I don't think I'm too impressed. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know. I don't think I could give it. You're gonna be stuck on the avocados, but grapefruit. I don't think I really don't care too much for the taste. Coconut. Yeah, I guess hip looks same. Cool, great. Coconut is kind of interesting because I don't like it, but I do. Like, it's really weird. I only like it in drink form, but even then I don't like it that much in drink form. I think I'll give it a C tier. I never said I hate guac. I just said that I don't care as much for it. What the hell are you? What is this? Yeah, I said I don't like it because I don't like it. I'm really not too big a fan of, guac. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But, yeah, honestly, I can't think of what these are. I don't think I've ever seen these. So that makes, how many? Six of the fruits that I have not tried. Out of 34, which isn't that bad. But, with that, let me take a quick, let's take a quick look at what I got going on. Dang, he busted out the Spanish. Yeah, this is what I'm feeling, you know? This is what I'm feeling, really. This is the tier list for fruit. Just wait until you hear that I don't like tomato. Oh, you're speaking French? Dang. Yeah, I think that's it, really. Like, honestly, funny enough, I would say that with this tier list, I'm also being very, very generous because I don't typically eat fruit outright. I generally, well, like, things like pineapple or watermelon or like apple, the stuff on the top, I will eat by itself. But as you get lower and lower, it's kind of like less and less that I'll just like pick it up and take a bite out of it. Unless it's like made into something. But yeah. That's my tier list. What time is it? Okay.